Excuse me, sir. Do you have an appointment?
No, Marty, I'm just screening through.
Welcome to MsMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie moments that made us love Jake Gyllenhaal.
My whole team made it up, yeah?
I saw him.
I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna lure the wolves out of the room.
Are you ready?
For this list, we're looking at Jake Gyllenhaal scenes that had fans laughing, crying, and/or shouting at the screen, showing us why he's still a fan favorite in Hollywood. However, we're excluding his talk show appearances as well as his TV and theater parts. Which of these scenes made you love Jake Gyllenhaal the most? Comment your favorite in the comments below. Number 10. Need, Love, and Other Drugs.
I have never known anyone who actually believed that I was enough until I met you.
This touching comedy drama follows the relationship of Jamie and Maggie, the latter of whom is a rebellious woman dealing with Parkinson's disease. In this heart-wrenching scene, Jamie tells Maggie that he's going to be there for her as her illness deteriorates. Gyllenhaal gives one of his most nuanced and sensitive performances, effectively proving why he is a master of subtlety and demonstrating his ability to push his emotions to the extreme.
So, unfortunately, I need you. And you need me.
This wasn't the first time that Anne Hathaway and Jake Gyllenhaal had been lovers on screen, as they had previously played a married couple in Brokeback Mountain. Although this is one of Jake's few rom-coms, the raw quality of the acting really hits us in the heart. Number 9. Walking Again, Stronger.
Listen, I've been thinking, our kid, he or she is, gonna have legs.
Based on the true story of Jeff Bowman's recovery after what happened at the 2013 Boston Marathon, this film showcases resilience and determination in a way that stays with you long after you've finished watching it.
You're gonna be like a really good mom, because you've been dealing with a big dumb kid already.
Seeing Jeff walk again for the first time without help after losing his legs is a brilliant scene and shows Gyllenhaal's commitment to the physicality of the role. He researched PTSD as well as spent time with the real-life Jeff to replicate the impact on his mental and physical health as accurately as possible.
There was this time in the hospital when I just want to give up.
This climactic walking scene is a pivotal moment that shows just how dedicated Jake is to his craft, which is another reason his fans admire him so much.
I just want to walk. I just want to stand up. I want to see the world from higher up, I just want to be normal.
Number 8. Super Pig Contest winner announcement. Okja.
Dr. Johnny's!
Bong Joon-ho's film follows a company giving out huge super pigs for farmers to raise, before claiming them back for nefarious purposes once they're fully grown. Okay, we'll admit this. It does sound like an unlikely premise. Gyllenhaal plays zoologist Johnny Wilcox in a zany and off-the-wall role, which showcases his character acting skills.
Everybody knows Dr. Johnny can't stand anything boring! Have I ever given you a boring show?
In this announcement to the public, he makes his mannerisms eccentric and his voice bizarre in order to successfully show the narcissism and self-centered nature of the role.
Are you ready? Oh, I'm afraid you're gonna have to meet somebody else first. Isn't that the way it always is? Before you meet the talent, you gotta meet the suits.
Jake has said that he loves taking risks, and although Johnny is an unlikable character, you can't help but admire the unique acting choices and his wonderfully quirky wardrobe. Number 7. The Illusion, Spider-Man, Far From Home.
I'm not in love with this choreography, but it'll do.
Kill image. Decloak drones.
All right, weapons.
You want to weaponize?
Yep.
Although he's played in major studio pictures before, this huge superhero blockbuster was still a big change from the smaller niche independent films we're most used to seeing him do. While Jake's character Mysterio initially plays a supportive mentor role to Spider-Man, halfway through the movie he reveals his sinister motives with a gleeful grin. Gyllenhaal proceeds to ham it up as a megalomaniacal visual effects operator with dreams of becoming the world's most famous superhero.
London is a beautiful city and it will suffer, but they can rebuild. I mean, if I'm gonna be the next Iron Man, I need to save the world from an Avengers-level threat.
We see the actor cut loose and have a great time playing this larger-than-life character, pulling off the goofy fishbowl helmet from the comics with surprising ease.
Janice, you'll be in position with my quick change armor for the victory lap?
Of course.
Number 6. Saving Anna, Prisoners.
Show me your hands right now.
In one of his most dark and intense roles, Jake plays Detective Loki, who's on the case to find 2 young women after they're kidnapped. Even director Denis Villeneuve has said he felt haunted by the film's subject matter.
Both hands, right now! Right now!
The role shows someone dealing with the pressures of working on such a difficult and pressurized case. And Gyllenhaal effectively portrays a man who puts everything on the line for the sake of others.
Stay with me, yeah, stay with me, huh?
The final climactic scene sees Loki saving Anna and driving her to the hospital, while blood is dripping from his own head injuries. In this moment, Jake simultaneously shows us this man's exhaustion, relief, and pain. And we really feel for him.
Help! 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 Help!
Number 5. Looking in the Mirror, Nightcrawler.
We begin with the tragedy last night in the foothills of Santa Susana Pass, where a private plane crashed with no survivors.
In this neo-noir thriller, Jake was so engrossed in the scene that when he punched the mirror, he cut his hand on the glass and had to go to the hospital. Talk about commitment. He completely transforms himself into the role of Louis Bloom, a cameraman who gets off on recording recent accidents and horrific crimes.
What you're about to see is graphic, and viewer discretion is advised. Here's what we know. Last night.
Jake's eye contact and lack of blinking puts the audience on edge immediately. To prepare, Jake apparently ate mainly kale and chewed gum. He pushed his body to lose 30 pounds by running 15 miles a day in order to achieve Bloom's haunting and haggard appearance. Although the material isn't glamorous, this scene shows his capacity to morph into any part and into the darker recesses of the human mind. Number 4. At the Diner, Zodiac.
Yes, you have Sherwood Morrow in writing saying, "I'm sorry, this just won't work," but you also have Terry Pascoe.
His protege.
Yeah, fine, it's his protege, but he's a handwriting expert nonetheless, and he's saying, do not disqualify this suspect on the basis of handwriting, so the two cancel each other out.
No, they don't.
In 1960s San Francisco, a serial killer leaves taunting and cryptic messages. Every lead turns out to be a dead end, and the casualties stack up. In this scene, political cartoonist Robert Graysmith is laying out his theory for who the Zodiac killer is.
Because there was no evidence, Robert.
What do you mean there's no evidence? You have him seen with the ciphers, the military boot prints, the same size shoes and gloves, the most dangerous game, the Zodiac watch, the background with school children, the misspellings of Christmas, the bloody knife.
All circumstantial.
Director David Fincher reportedly filmed multiple takes of each scene, sometimes up to 90, giving Jake the ability to really show different sides to his performance. His connection and dialogue with Dave Toschi, played by Mark Ruffalo, really jumps off the screen and subtly portrays a man becoming obsessed with his work and the crimes of the serial killer.
Door to door. That is less than 50 yards.
Is that true?
I've walked it.
As we've said, we love to see the commitment Jake brings, and this is a great example.
I can't prove this.
Just because you can't prove it doesn't mean it's not true.
Easy, Dirty Harry.
Number 3. Dancing in the Street, Demolition. Although we loved Jake Gyllenhaal way before this scene, it's hard to resist these incredible dance moves. This chaotic energy works perfectly in a film that follows a man trying to rebuild and find meaning in his life after his wife's death. The dance moves, combined with the song Mr. Big by Free, see Jake really let loose and have some fun on set.
Big, you better watch out.
Compared to some of his more serious moments, it's a welcome relief to see him really excel in a comic moment. With this kind of physicality, Jake might not be out of place on a show like Dancing with the Stars. Hopefully, we'll see some more of his smooth side soon.
Excuse me, sir? Excuse me, sir. Do you have an appointment?
No, Marty, I'm just swinging through.
Number 2. Donnie Meets Frank, Donnie Darko.
Wake up.
This film is a cult classic. However, if you didn't understand it the first time, we don't blame you. We didn't either. The story follows young Donnie Darko, who sleepwalks at night and keeps seeing a large, terrifying-looking figure in a bunny suit. Called Frank, it informs him that the world is going to end in 28 days.
28 days. 6 hours. 42 minutes. 12 seconds.
Whether the sci-fi thriller is about an alternate universe or time travel, the scenes between Frank and Donnie are electric. The creepy smile on Donnie's face and Frank's demonic voice work to create a real sense of unease.
That is when the world will end.
Gyllenhaal was only in his early 20s when this film was shot, and it shows what a talent he's been from the very start. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Doppelgänger meeting. Enemy. This moment contains 2 Jake Gyllenhaals for the price of 1.
Maybe we're brothers. We're not brothers. We're not brothers. How do you know?
Running. Bubble Boy. Ever wanted to see Jake head down the street in a massive inflatable bubble?
No, Bob! I'm sorry! I gotta do this! It's alright. It's not coming home.
Final fight. Southpaw. Jake fights for his life in this climactic boxing match. Waking up on the train. Source code. This film sees Jake entering the source code in order to save a train full of people.
You alright?
I don't know what's going on.
Talk to me, Sean.
Look, I don't know who Sean is, and I don't know who you are.
Military initiation. Jarhead. An early indication of Jake's love for off-the-wall film roles.
Sir, the recruit's never been good at drawing, sir!
Why the f are you my scribe then? Isn't my scribe supposed to know how to draw?
Sir, the recruit doesn't know. The recruit thought the scribe was supposed to write, sir!
Of course the recruit doesn't know!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. A love story they couldn't quit. Brokeback Mountain.
November. Well, what in the hell ever happened to August?
In a film that subverted the traditional macho nature of the Western genre, this scene shows Jack Twist talking with Ennis Del Mar, while also showing his reluctant dependence on the cowboy. This moment represents all the repression that men felt for not being allowed to be openly gay, especially in the 1960s when it's set.
It's nobody's business but ours.
You know I ain't queer.
Me neither.
Jake has mentioned his love and respect for the late Heath Ledger, and both actors were nominated for Oscars. This is one of the most memorable pieces of acting that Jake has ever done, pulling at the heartstrings of the audience.
Tell you what, we could have had a good life together. F***ing real good life. Had us a place of our own. But you didn't want it, Ennis. So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain.
While this scene is iconic and unforgettable, we also can't help but love the deep respect that both Ledger and Gyllenhaal have expressed for the LGBTQ+ community as well.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Then why don't you?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.